Let's go.
You're listening to
This is
Motivational Moments with Demia. One podcast to get motivated.
Hello, everyone. This is Demia Avery with Motivational Moments with Demia. Hey, welcome. Welcome to my very first video episode of my podcast. Exciting, right? Well, I'm excited anyway. I'm excited anyway. So on this channel, you're going to find everything encouraging, inspirational, motivational, anything that helps you get through the day. And especially during these times, during the pandemic, because although they got this vaccine coming, I mean, it's still a whirlwind, and we just staying home, just staying in the house. And I know everybody just needs some positive encouragement. So I hope that this channel will help you get through those days as well. Now, on this channel today, you are going to get motivational moments from Demia. And then you're also going to get, I'm going to recommend some books, some inspirational books. I love self-help books. So we're going to talk about that. And also, I have a very special guest. I can't wait for you guys to see her. That's actress Kron Moore from Tyler Perry's The Oval. And she's going to talk about motivation and mental health and things like that. So I hope you guys will join me. You're going to catch me here every Sunday. So make sure you follow, subscribe, since smoke signals up, do whatever you got to do to join me back here every Sunday around this time. All right, guys. So if you followed my audio podcast, you know I have a mantra. So let's get into that mantra today.
Today is the day that puts you that much closer to being the person who you know you were born to be. Mark today as that day that you can and you will overcome anything. Say it with me, y'all. I win today.
Welcome back. Did y'all like that theme song? I like it. I did it. I better like it. Dream. That's what we want to talk about today. So this is something, I want to talk about something that I call serial dreamers. Serial dreamers. And hey, I am so guilty of this, and I'm learning to work through it. And what I mean by serial dreamers, it's like people that dream a lot, and you have different talents, and you do so many different things. You got a film going on, you got something else going on, that you have so many different dreams and so many different things that you want to do that you never actually focus on one thing. So you have all these unfinished things, projects and things like that out there, and you never actually finish those things. And what it does, I mean, it negatively affects you, of course, because you never finish anything. But if you're out in the public, it hinders you as well, because people don't know what to follow you about. Do they follow your music? Do they follow your podcast? Do they follow your writing? And all these things can be combined, but you have to do it in a strategic way so that it doesn't look like you're skipping all over the place. And I am so guilty of that, because I have so many different things that I'm interested in. And the bottom line to everything is I just want to help people. Whether it's music or whether it's in my writing, whatever it is, that if I pull it all together, it's mostly about just helping someone else, with their feelings or with going further in their life and realizing how great they are. And that's just me. But we have to learn to pull those things in. And then we have some people that don't know what they want to do. So they dibble and dabble in all these different things. And it's pretty much the same concept. And I know it's hard to find your passion sometimes because you love so many different things, or you may be good at so many different things that you just don't know what to focus on. But that's what I want to talk about in my motivational moments today. And that's just kind of how to, let's just pull it in. Let's just focus on it so that we can accomplish what we want to accomplish. So I'm going to roll this little script that I did, and I hope that you get something out of it. So here we go.
This is your motivational moment with Demia. Let me ask you something. What is it that you want? What is it that you want? Have you ever just really thought about it? Now, I'm not talking about what is expected of you. I'm asking you, what is it that you really want? Now, some of us will have a definite answer to that question, and then there are some of us who just don't have a clue. You know, that's okay too, because many of us have been there. But in order to find that thing, that something that is missing in your life, you are going to need to stop. Stop a moment and take the time and focus on it so that you can get crystal clear about the things that will make you happy. And only you know what will make you happy. And listen, don't look to others to tell you what happiness means to you. Now, if you are one of those that said you have a definite answer to what you want, but you notice for some reason you just can't get there, you keep stalling out, that's just a sign to get refocused and become so clear to what you want that there is no question on how you're going to get there. We all have hopes. We all have dreams. And getting up there in age doesn't stop you from dreaming. We've just learned to suppress those feelings and be comfortable with the suppression. Let me tell you, it's not too late. It's not too late to become a writer or entrepreneur, a caterer, or whatever the profession. It's not too late to have a better relationship with your family or friends. It's not too late to have better health. It's not too late to further your education. You gotta know that you still have the opportunity. You still have the opportunity. That's the blessing. So I say to you today, my friends, to take the time out for yourself. Get in touch with who you are and what you want. You're an amazing gift of life. You owe it to yourself.
All right, guys. So this segment is about feeding your brain. Feeding your brain. I don't know about you, but I grew up in a household. My mother was a self-help junkie. You understand what I'm saying? She had so many books. She read so many books. And I don't know about your house, but she was just a reader in general because she had garbage bags full of books all the time. But some of her favorites in the self-help genre was Les Brown, Iyanla Van Zandt, and Susan Taylor. And she had so many more. But I believe that reading those type of books really can help you because you know what? Especially the kind that I like books I can feel in my hand. So when I'm feeling a certain kind of way and I can't sort through those things, sometimes what I do is I pull out those books and it doesn't matter. It's for years and years and years of needing those encouragement and just explanations and inspirations on how to go forward with your life. I think self-help books are wonderful. So I'm going to recommend a couple to you today, and we'll do this every week. So I want you guys to check them out, and hopefully they'll be a blessing to you. The first book that I recommend is by actor Mac Wells. The book is entitled This Week. In this uplifting book, Mac shares his thoughts on powerful prayers and powerful thoughts. You can buy this book on Amazon, but I'll provide the link below. The second book is also by an up-and-coming star, Moses Mosley. This book is equally inspiring, with words of encouragement and affirmations. His book is entitled I Am, and I'll also provide the link below. Now, I know both of these gentlemen, and there are amazing men doing wonderful things. I have them both on the show soon, so watch out for that. All right. It's time. It's time. So we have a very special guest in the house today. Well, in the Zoom today. You know what? Her name is Kron Moore from Tyler Perry's The Oval. And also she plays in Stargirl. So we're going to talk a little bit with her, a little bit about motivation and inspiration and encouragement and also mental health. But a lot of people ask me, why do I bring on celebrities or I guess entrepreneurs and people like that? One of the reasons I do that is because sometimes we look at other people and we think that they got it all together. We think that they have it all together. They got the money, they got the power, they got the fame. But truth is, they deal with everyday stuff just like we do. So that's one of my purposes for doing that. So I hope that you can feel me on that and that you enjoy it. But I don't want to talk too much about it. I want to get right into my interview with her, and let me know in the comments how you feel about it. I'll talk to you on the other side.
The moment you've been waiting for is here.
Hunter, we have a problem.
Tyler Perry's The Oval, the most talked about show on cable, is back
I haven't witnessed that can bring down this entire administration.
with a vengeance.
Pack up your things and leave this place. And if I refuse, then I will have your body cut up into little pieces and mailed to your mother.
The president killed someone.
You're in more danger than I thought.
I'm being forced to live in that prison.
You want prison? I will show you prison.
I'm gonna kill her.
She's a bit jealous, isn't she?
If I go down, I am taking everyone with me.
Let her go!
Jason, sit down now.
Hey, lady. I'm so sorry. It took me a minute to figure out how to log on. Hi.
That's okay. That is okay. You look beautiful.
Thank you. So do you. I
Oh,
love the
thank
hair.
you. Girl, all this Shaka Khan.
I love it.
I'm so excited to see you. I am. So listen, season 2, huh?
Season 2.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. You know what? The Oval is something, it's one of those things for me, like you just cannot stop watching. Like, even if I'm doing something else, I'm like looking at it. I just look at it. Yes. How's it going? How's everything going with season 2 so far?
So far, so good. Our ratings have been up and people are enjoying it. So I'm excited.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Now, for those of you that don't know anything about The Oval and you've been hiding under a rock, Kron Moore is one of the stars from Tyler Perry's The Oval. She plays the First Lady, and she also plays Bridget Chappelle in the TV series Stargirl.
Yep, Bridget Chapel, yeah.
Yeah, Chapel. You know what I kept saying? I said, is it Chapel or Chappelle? Is it Chapel?
Excuse me, my mom, she pronounces it Chappelle. It's the French fancy in us.
Right. Chappelle, I like that. But you know what? I have the pleasure of knowing you personally. So, because number one, she signed with Avery Sisters Entertainment, which Jared Avery, my sister, is her agent. And we could not be more proud of you, Karen. We think of you as our sister. Now, I know Moore is a proud name, but we just kind of adopted you into the Avery.
I've always wanted sisters.
But before we get into the Oval, I wanted people to know a different side of you, a more personable side of you that we don't always get to see. And of course, because on my show, we talk about inspiration and motivation and things like that. And if you don't mind, I'd like to get more into that. Would that be okay with you?
Absolutely, yeah.
So I know that you are an advocate for mental health.
Yes.
So if you don't mind, did you want to talk a little bit about your journey with mental health or what you, what you contribute to that?
Well, my personal journey with mental health is, I think much like a lot of people, but a lot of us don't like to talk about it, or there's been a stigma surrounding the topic of mental health, and there shouldn't be. So for me, ever since childhood, I've struggled with depression and anxiety and ADHD. A lot of people don't know that about me. So, I mean, welcome to my world.
Right.
And it's been a struggle in so many ways, because as a child, I was misunderstood. And so, for adults to relate to me, they considered, I guess, my behaviors or my actions something other than what they were, which was, an emotional disturbance. And so they didn't really know how to handle me or how to interact with me.
Right.
And as I got a little bit older, and I wasn't seeing a psychiatrist, because, when I was younger, that wasn't a thing for kids. Like in my generation, kids didn't go to a psychiatrist or psychologist. Right. We didn't see counselors. I think that was like the generation after me that really started picking up, or at least in the Black community where I'm from.
Right.
And then through college, I started to understand, okay, something is not right. And I was better able to articulate it. Mm-hmm. And so then I started seeking mental help professionally.
Now, see, I love that, because, in our community, I'm sure in other communities as well, but I'm only focusing on ours at this point. But we don't like to talk about that stuff. And we definitely don't like to go see anybody for therapy. We make it so like, oh, that's crazy. We're just going to go to church, or we're just going to talk to our friends or family. But sometimes I feel that you need to talk to somebody else that doesn't know you, that could give you advice that you may never thought about, and they don't have any opinion of you whatsoever. They've never met you before. And sometimes I think you need that. Would you agree?
Absolutely. I mean, having an objective party to relate to you is so important, because like you said, someone who is removed emotionally and physically from your situation and your circumstances, I think can see the larger picture better than someone who is, closer to you. Right. And they're able to, advise you and guide you and help you to walk through your path a little bit better than I think somebody, like I said, who's closer to you, because they're more objective.
Right.
And not judgmental, because in, like you said, the Black community, we want to pray it away, girl. Hey, just take it to Jesus. Like, yeah. And also I need to go see a counselor.
Right. Right. You have no idea how many friends I have. I mean, I'm not calling them out, but how many friends I have that, that just want to talk. And I would say, now, my mother was into therapy. She did some therapy, some child therapy at some point, and she was really into that. And she believed in counseling. She believed in going to get therapy and stuff like that. But sometimes when I mention to certain friends, they're just kind of, yeah, I know, but, and I just like, that might just help you. You know what I mean? So
it is. I found it so helpful. It's, for me, it's invaluable, and it's a must-have in my life.
Yeah.
Especially now, my life has changed a lot over the past couple of years, being that, I'm new to the world, kind of, being on television and in a starring role, it changed my life in so many different ways. And, some of which I wasn't equipped or prepared to handle. And I needed somebody who, like I said, is objective to kind of help me, to guide me through this.
Right.
And we all need that at some point, I think.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk a little bit about insecurities and fear. So, what are some of your insecurities? Because everybody has it. Everybody has, I don't care what they say. Everybody has something that you're, either insecure about or you're a little fearful about. If you can touch on that, if you don't mind sharing with us.
Excuse me, that's an interesting question. No one has ever really asked me that in a public forum, I don't think. And and it's a little bit uncomfortable talking about, I think, everyone's a little bit uncomfortable talking about their insecurities, but I think it's helpful for people to understand that everybody has them, no matter what their status in life or, what their station in life. For me, I've always been insecure about my appearance. I've always been insecure about one thing or another. When I was a kid, I had a lot of, I have an athletic build, and I had muscles when I probably shouldn't have had. But, the kids my age just didn't have muscle. I was teased about stuff like that. I was teased about, being taller because I'm a pretty tall woman, I have had insecurities about, I have imposter syndrome, so anything I have been successful at, I've always questioned myself as to whether or not I deserve to be in that position. No matter how hard I worked for it, no matter how hard I've trained for it, no matter how much preparation I've done, I've always questioned whether or not, I belong. And it takes, like I said, a lot of counseling to get to a place where, you feel that you're deserving of what it is that you have. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't have it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for sharing that. Because a lot of people wouldn't, actually admit that particular thing. And I think that's awesome. You're going to bless a lot of people with that today.
So
I know that you're always in the limelight, especially when the season comes around. You're always just kind of just out there. And I know with stardom comes responsibility. How do you handle the stress? Because I know you have responsibility, of course, to yourself. You have it to your family, people out there. What I mean? How do you handle that?
It's not been easy, but I view it as a blessing, because not everybody has the opportunity or the platform that I have. And so, I do feel there is a huge sense of responsibility to myself, to stay true to myself, one, because it's very easy when a lot of attention is focused on you for you to get, full of yourself or I have a responsibility to stay true to who I am, and not lean into other people's perceptions of what I am or what I should be from their perspective. I am who I am. I'm not Victoria Franklin. I'm not Bridget Chappell. I am Kron Moore. I'm goofy. I don't have it right all the time. I mess up a lot. I am who I am, and I had to learn to be okay with that and just stand firm in that, so nobody can shake me from that. But as far as like responsibility to my family, of course, I need to conduct myself in a certain manner. My responsibilities to my community as a Black woman and as a woman, I feel that I need to represent, whatever positivity there is to represent. Now, Victoria is a crazy, crazy character. And I say this a lot to people when people ask me about her. But I think that representation is important. Optics are important. So if there have been young women who, for example, have wanted to go into acting or, have a larger platform and they didn't feel that it was possible for them, it's my responsibility to be a representative of what is possible and try to reflect whatever positivity I can while I have this platform.
You know what? And that brings me to my next question. My audience is for all ages. However, a lot of my audience is for 40-year-olds and older. And a lot of people think that after you get to a certain age, you shouldn't dream anymore. You know what I mean? It's time to hang it up. It is time to settle down, make sure you got everything in a row. Everybody's good. Everybody's good. And they think that they shouldn't go after their dreams or it's over for them. So is there anything that you want to share with them to kind of encourage other people to continue to go after what they want?
Absolutely. I will say this didn't happen for me overnight. I've been a working actress for a very long time. And, it didn't happen overnight. So I didn't start, yesterday. I'll be 45 this year. And this big break came about for me about 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, because I didn't give up. And I feel like as long as I have breath in my body and there is something that I want, I owe it to myself to go after it. Whether I feel it's unattainable or not, I have to try, because it wouldn't have been placed there for naught. And I have a good friend that I spent some time with this past weekend. And it's so interesting that you brought this up. Mm-hmm. And he was an actor several years ago. Okay. But, life took him into a different direction, but that was his passion. Mm-hmm. And he was in LA and, he was doing his thing, but he had gotten ill. And so he focused on his health, and then he moved into a different career. And I was with him this past weekend running lines for it wasn't for the Oval, it's for Stargirl. I had a date coming up where I needed to be on set, and he was helping me rehearse. And he said, wow, this is, sparked that fire in me. And he's just like, I have so many responsibilities in life. He's like, but I don't feel fulfilled. I'm not happy. And I'm like, you have to be, I'm not saying, just throw everything out of the window, right. But there's something that's in your belly. If there's something that's burning there for something other than what you're doing, I think you owe it to yourself to explore that. No matter what age. Because it wouldn't be there for naught. Some people have gifts that they're not using, and I believe that your gifts will make room for you, but you have to honor them.
I agree with that. And what's so funny is, I'm glad you brought that up, because I think I've told you before, I call it my formal life. I used to sing. Mm-hmm. So
she's got a beautiful voice, y'all. If y'all don't know.
Yeah. So I thought that that's all I was going to do. Period. I didn't have any other talents. That was it. You know what I mean? And this is what I was going to do. And of course, as life went on, things changed. Mm-hmm. And then I discovered that I actually like talking. You know what I mean? I actually but you discover different gifts that you never thought that you had. And then it becomes new passions for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I started there too. I was a singer.
That's right.
I did child acting, and I thought I was going to be, I thought that was going to be my career. Like when I was in high school and just after college, I had gone through and I recorded the whole album and all that stuff. And life just takes you in a different direction. And I still like to sing, but we're gifted with different things. And so, right. I still like to sing, but I love acting. So that's just where I am in my journey right now.
Now, do you think you're going to ever go back to theater?
I would love to. There's nothing like theater. There's an energy that you get from theater that I think only a select few people get to experience. People who are, singers, mm-hmm. Performers get to experience it. And I think athletes get to experience it along with theater performers. There's an energy that you get from the audience or the crowd that you can't.
It's a high.
It's a high. It's a really interesting thing. Yeah. And for me, it's thrilling because every opportunity you have to perform, like I said, it's sports or singing or theater, mm-hmm. every opportunity you have on that stage is the only opportunity you'll have with that crowd. So you only perform one time for that particular audience. So every time you do it, it can be new. You can discover something new about yourself, something new about your character. And it's just, and the response, there's nothing like it. So if anybody is out there and they're interested in performing, please do it, because you owe it to yourself to have that wonderful feeling.
I know that's right. Now, speaking of good feelings, how do you feel about our new vice president?
Oh my gosh, listen, listen, Women's History Month is coming up and I'm so thrilled. I mean, I won't say that I never thought it would happen in my lifetime.
Yeah.
But I will say that I am so fortunate to witness, this historical moment. So, we had our historical moments with Barack and Michelle. And now we have Kamala. Like,
isn't that something?
I don't even, it's still kind of surreal to me in some ways. And so I haven't been able to encapsulate how I feel. I haven't been able to verbally express how I feel about it, but it's all good. It's all good.
I think I stared at the TV. I just stared like, like, did this really just happen?
Right.
You know what I mean? That's
Not only is she a woman, but she's a Black woman. Hello, come people.
From an HBCU, I may add.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome, girl. Awesome. So this next question, I know you get it all the time, but I'm going to ask it anyway because I know our audience is going to ask. And if they can't see it, then maybe you can articulate it. How are you different from Miss Victoria? I mean, come on, like, you're so totally different from that character. Is there a piece of her in you?
You know what? I feel that in order to be honest in your acting performance, you have to find some sort of human connection between yourself and your character. So, there may be parts of Victoria that I have been able to connect with on a human level, just because, I need to be able to make her human, even though she's this larger than life villainous hot train wreck of a mess.
Right.
I connect with her in that I feel that she's misunderstood in some ways. I feel that she's been marginalized. She's been counted out in some ways, and she has something to prove. And I think, a lot of us have experienced something like that, or at some level, at some point. And I certainly have. So I connect with her on that level. But am I like her? No, I'm quirky. I don't know. Not really.
Right.
I will borrow some of her clothes though.
I know that's right. I know those heels, girl. Every time I see you, I'm like, oh my God, Caitlin, how are you walking in those heels?
Oh my gosh. She has a pair of white Louboutins that after the season wrapped, I'm just like, oh, if I could just find those shoes, they're so pretty. I'm just like, oh my gosh. But no, I'm not like her in most of her ways. But like I said, I did have to find a human connection with her in order to breathe life into her.
Right. Now, is she any different season 2 than she is from the first season? I mean, of course, not telling us everything that goes on, but will we know anything more about her, I guess, this season as opposed to the last one?
I think with both Victoria and all of the characters on the show, you'll get deeper into who they are. Their individual characters are explored a lot more in season 2. For Victoria, I think you'll see a softer side to her in season 2, which I think people have been wanting to see. But in terms of her personality in general, you'll see a lot more of who she is. I mean,
look, I'm scared. I'm scared about it.
Be afraid.
Be afraid.
Yeah.
Oh my
Victoria
gosh.
is a whole mess. And you'll see a lot more of that, but you'll also see a slightly different side to her this season.
Okay. Now tell us, what is next for Kron Moore? What would you like to do next? I mean, I know it doesn't end at the Oval or even Stargirl. What is it that what do you want to do?
Well, I am interested in behind the scenes. So yeah, I'm working on, and this is kind of an exclusive thing I'm telling you. I don't think I've announced this. Yeah, I am executive producer on an upcoming film. So I'm excited. Awesome. It's a very unique very unique film. I can't disclose really much more about it, but so the behind the scenes type stuff, I'm EPing that, and I want to get into directing. So I want to go to school for cinematography and filmography.
Now, see, I think that's awesome. And that's where the money is, honestly. So,
yeah. And, the longevity, this is show business. And so, I don't know, what the future holds in terms of my acting career, but I know that I can take the reins and do something and expand upon it. So I think I'll do that.
Awesome. I wanted you to bring that cute little puppy.
You know what? She is at I wanted to bring her, and she's at the groomer. She's on her way back from the groomers now.
Oh,
so she might make an appearance in a few minutes.
Well, I tell you what, if you will agree at a later time, come back and bring the puppy.
Absolutely.
I want everybody to, you know what, puppies are like, and I think I've told you this before, I was not a real pet lover. And then I got used to my cousin's dog. Oh, now I'm just like, every puppy I see, I'm like, oh, poo, 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 I know you love your dog.
I do. They're so sweet and innocent, and their love is so pure.
Yeah.
It's just like, she's the only baby I have, so I call her my fur baby.
Oh, they're so loyal. They're so loyal. You can have the worst day and cuss the dog out, but they're coming to kiss you as soon as you open up the door.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the sweetest thing ever.
Oh, well, I don't want to take up your time any further. I know you're a busy lady, but I'm so grateful that you decided to come on my podcast. And please, please, please come back, okay?
I will. Thank you so much for having me. It's been my pleasure.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you to Kron Moore for chatting with us today. And we'll be back with Motivational Moments with Demia. Talk to you soon. Bye, Kron.
Bye.
If you would like to be a sponsor, or if you would like to donate to Motivational Moments with Demia, visit my website at www.demiaavery.com for more information. All right, guys, welcome back. I want to first thank you guys for joining me on today's first episode of Motivational Moments with Demia by video. And also, let's thank Kron Moore for joining us today and sharing her kind of vulnerable, right? I love that about her. Make sure you check her out on BET now. Also, make sure that, again, that you share and that you follow. And also visit my website at www.demiaavery.com. And before I go, I want to give a wonderful shout out to my baby sister. She hates when I call her baby sister because she is not a baby. She is not a baby. She's a wonderful woman, a brilliant woman. Gosh, if you know her, my sister does not play when it comes to business. So shout out to Jara Avery of Avery Sisters Entertainment. I love you so much. Happy birthday, girl. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.